She's thinking about you, but won't make a move. Here's why. Old Stoic wisdom. The greatest thing you'll ever learn is just to love and be loved in return. Eden Arbez. What if I told you that she's thinking about you more than you realize, yet she's waiting for you to make the first move? Attraction isn't just about emotions, it's about psychology, hidden fears, and unspoken expectations. The silence that's frustrating you might actually be the key to unlocking her true feelings. In fact, what appears to be hesitation often signals a test, one that many men fail to recognize because they misinterpret the signs. But when you understand the underlying dynamics, you stop waiting and start taking action. You position yourself as the man she can't ignore, the one who rises above uncertainty. You're at a crossroads now. You can continue overanalyzing and stay trapped in doubt, or you can seize control, shift the energy, and let her come to you. The choice is yours, and your next move will define how things unfold. Number 1. The silence strategy. Why her silence speaks volumes. Silence in a relationship is not a sign of indifference or abandonment. It's a strategy. Her silence is a calculated move, one that shifts the balance of power in an emotional game. You might think she's moved on, that she no longer cares, but in reality, she's still watching, silently scrolling through your old messages, lingering on your social media posts, wondering if you will reach out first. Yet, she won't break her silence because, in her mind, the moment you do, she wins. This is where control enters the picture, a game you may be unknowingly losing. Every time you reach out, you reveal something. You're still emotionally attached, still affected by her absence. In her eyes, this proves that you're not over her, and that knowledge gives her the upper hand. Your attempts to fix things or seek closure only push her further away, making you appear weaker. The more you chase, the faster she runs, and this dynamic feeds into the control she holds over you. But what happens if you stop chasing? What if your absence becomes a void that she can't ignore? The roles begin to shift. Your predictable pursuit, something she's relied on, vanishes. Instead of feeling empowered by your need for validation, she starts to feel uncertain. Regret begins to weigh on her, and she's forced to question, did I make a mistake? This isn't about playing childish mind games. It's about mastering emotional discipline. It's about controlling your own mind and emotions, refusing to be manipulated by someone else's validation. A man who reacts impulsively is easy to control, but when you resist the urge to reach out, when you channel your energy into your own growth rather than into chasing her, she will start to feel the shift in the dynamic. The mystery becomes magnetic. Predictability? It's a turn-off. A man who is too easy to read, too quick to respond, and too available loses his edge. But when you become an enigma, when your silence speaks volumes, and your actions show that you're moving forward confidently without hesitation, that is when you become truly irresistible. She will wonder what changed. She will wonder why she no longer has the power over you that she once did. That curiosity, that uncertainty, is what reignites attraction. But here's the catch. This only works if it's real. If you're still holding on deep down, hoping she regrets her decision, she will sense it. Women have an instinct for emotional weakness. They can tell when a man is pretending to move on, yet secretly longing for her attention. The final test is not whether she comes back, but whether you even care if she does. Because by the time she realizes what she's lost, you'll have already moved on. Comment below, I control my emotions, not her. Number 2. The chase paradox. Why running after her only pushes her away. When it comes to relationships, the chase is a paradox that many men struggle to understand. The harder you chase, the further she runs. Most men believe that if they prove how much they care, with grand gestures, long messages, or constant affection, they will change her mind. The truth, however, is that every time you chase her, you're unintentionally handing her the power. Attraction thrives on strength, and nothing kills it faster than a man who willingly surrenders his sense of self. Women don't regret leaving a man who begs or crumbles in desperation. They regret losing the man who was strong enough to walk away, the one who valued himself enough to say, "If you don't see my worth, that's your loss." Desperation is repelling, but strength is magnetic. It's important to understand that strength is not about pretending you don't care. It's about being genuinely at peace with whatever outcome may come. When you chase someone, what does it imply? That they're running from you. And if they're running, it means they don't want to be caught. Now think about what happens when you stop chasing her. The moment you cease to chase, you take away the certainty she had. No longer will she feel like the game is in her control. Instead of the security she once had, she starts to feel uncertainty. She starts to wonder, why isn't he chasing me anymore? Has he moved on? Is he seeing someone else? These thoughts, full of doubt, trigger a sense of regret. And regret, more often than not, is the seed that reignites curiosity. The silence you create, the absence you force her to experience, makes her feel a void that words and actions could never create. But the key here is this: you must truly embrace this mindset. This isn't about pretending to move on, it's about genuinely moving on. It's about reclaiming your power and rediscovering your purpose. Your value should never hinge on whether or not she returns. The moment you reach a place where you no longer need her to regret losing you, that's when she will. Because here's the hard truth: attraction isn't about convincing someone to want you. It's about being the kind of man who can't be ignored. And that kind of man doesn't chase. He walks away, confident in his worth, knowing that his value is not defined by her attention. So ask yourself, are you willing to embrace your own strength, to stop chasing, and to walk away with confidence, knowing your worth? Let me know in the comments below. I refuse to chase. I refuse to beg. I walk away with strength. Number 3, the power of emotional mastery. Why control equals attraction. There is an undeniable truth in relationships that many men fail to recognize. Women are instinctively drawn to strength. But strength, true strength, is not defined by the muscles you build or the physical battles you conquer. It's about emotional mastery. A man who cannot control his emotions is a man who is easily manipulated, and nothing repels a woman faster than emotional instability. If you are the type of man who crumbles at the slightest rejection, reacts impulsively to her silence, or constantly seeks reassurance, you are not seen as attractive. You are seen as predictable, needy, and ultimately forgettable. However, when you begin to master your emotions, everything changes. You stop being a mere reaction to external circumstances, and you become the one who decides. You no longer bend to the weight of uncertainty, nor do you crumble when faced with her silence. Your foundation becomes unshakable. This type of emotional resilience, this unwavering composure, is rare, and it's one of the most powerful forms of attraction there is. Think about the men you have admired throughout your life, the ones who women still remember, years after they have gone. Were they the ones who broke down, begged, or sought closure? Number. They were the ones who left with quiet confidence, who remained calm and unbothered in the face of adversity. They never needed external validation to know their worth, because their worth was already established in their own minds. They left a lasting impression, not because they begged for attention, but because they carried themselves with the certainty that they were capable of living life fully without needing someone else to complete them. This is the mark of a man who has emotional control, the kind of man who is not easily swayed by external forces. Your ability to control your emotions is directly tied to your ability to control the outcomes of your relationships. When you react every time she pulls away, or every time she remains silent, you give her power. You are telling her that her absence, her lack of attention, has control over you. You are proving that you still need her validation to feel secure in yourself. But when you remain calm, poised, and continue living your life as if her presence or absence doesn't affect you, something shifts. The dynamic shifts. She will start to wonder, why isn't he reacting? Why isn't he bothered? That shift in energy, your non-reaction, creates doubt in her mind. She starts questioning her own emotions, and this uncertainty, this confusion, pulls her back in. Women are instinctively drawn to men who cannot be easily read, men who remain centered and unshaken no matter the circumstances. But let me be clear, this is not about playing mind games. This is about truly embodying the mindset of a man who does not need external validation to feel whole. Mastering your emotions is not about suppressing them, denying them, or pretending they don't exist. It's about acknowledging them, understanding them, and then choosing not to let them dictate your actions. When you control your emotions, you control the narrative. And when you control the narrative, you become the kind of man who doesn't just attract women. You become the kind of man they will never forget. A man who doesn't just seek love, but commands respect and admiration. Take control today. Comment below. I control my emotions. My emotions do not control me. Let your presence be the one that is remembered long after the moment has passed. Number 4. The mystery effect. Why being unpredictable increases your value. Predictability is the enemy of attraction. The moment she thinks she has you figured out, when she can predict exactly how you'll respond or what you'll do next, that's the moment the spark fades. Why? Because attraction thrives on mystery. It's the unknown, the unpredictable, and the man she can't completely figure out that captivates her. Think of the most unforgettable people in your life. Chances are they're the ones who left you wondering, the ones who kept a part of themselves hidden. This is the power of mystery. It keeps you on her mind long after you've walked away. Men often make the mistake of being too transparent. They reveal too much of their emotions, always show their intentions, and are quick to respond to every message. They make themselves too available. In doing so, they erase any element of mystery. And without mystery, there's no tension. Without tension, there is no desire. It's that simple. The more you reveal, the less she feels intrigued. But when you become unpredictable, when you break patterns and leave her wondering what you'll do next, she begins to pay attention. She starts asking herself, why is he not acting the way I thought he would? And what's going on in his mind? Those unanswered questions, they spark curiosity, and curiosity breeds attraction. It's important to note, mystery isn't about playing games or ignoring her to make it seem like you're not interested. That's childish and manipulative? No, true mystery comes from living a life so full, so dynamic, that she simply can't keep up. It comes from pursuing your own growth, passions and goals so intensely that you naturally become a man who's unpredictable and hard to define. You don't need to chase her, explain every move, or justify your actions. By doing the opposite of what she expects, whether it's staying composed when she wants you to break or being silent when she wants an explanation, you create uncertainty. And in uncertainty, desire is born. When you master this, you don't need to prove your worth. Your value is in the mystery you embody. You move with purpose, not out of desperation. The strongest men are the ones who hold back, who don't reveal everything, who remain enigmatic. They understand that a mysterious man stays in a woman's thoughts long after he's gone. So think about how you're showing up. Are you predictable, always available and easy to figure out? Or do you move with intention, leaving room for intrigue? Remember, it's not about manipulation or trickery. It's about being so full of purpose and depth that she can never fully understand you. She can't solve the mystery of you, and that's what keeps her coming back. Comment below, I am unpredictable. I am the mystery she cannot solve. Number 5. The power shift. Making her regret losing you. When it comes to relationships, there's a fundamental truth that many men fail to grasp. Regret doesn't arise from begging, pleading, or trying to prove your worth. Regret comes from absence. It's not about explaining yourself or chasing after someone. Instead, regret is born when your presence is no longer a given, when your attention is no longer freely offered, and when your world no longer revolves around her. A woman only realizes she's lost something valuable when she understands that you were, in fact, a prize, someone rare, someone irreplaceable. But that realization doesn't happen while you're still trying to win her back, still chasing her, or still hoping for a second chance. No, it comes when she sees that you've evolved, grown, and moved on. It happens when she notices that, without her, you've become something greater, someone better. Right now, she might expect you to stay in the background, waiting, watching, still emotionally invested in her. She expects you to be there, hoping for another shot, still lost in her. This expectation gives her the power in the situation. But the moment you stop giving her that power, when you stop waiting, stop watching, and stop caring, that's when the dynamic shifts. That's when you take back control. Think about it. Women regret losing men not because they begged or cried over them. The men they regret are the ones who walked away, the ones who disappeared, the ones who grew, elevated, and became more than they ever were when they were with her. When a woman realizes that the man she thought she had power over is now thriving without her, it's a shock to her system. It's a humbling realization. So what's the strategy? Detach. Stop hoping, seeking closure, or watching her from a distance. When you mentally move on, when you cut the emotional ties, that's when she begins to feel the loss. But here's the key. Don't elevate yourself for her. Do it for you. Do it because you deserve to become the best version of yourself. Work on your body, your mind, and your finances. Become so great that even if she never regrets losing you, you will never regret losing her. You want to be the man who got away. When she looks back, make sure she sees a different person, someone unreachable, untouchable, and completely out of her league. That's how you turn the tables. It's not about making her suffer. It's about making yourself so valuable that losing you is her mistake, not yours. Comment below, I elevate, I evolve, I am the one who got away. Number 6. The psychological trigger. Why she watches but won't reach out. She watches, but she won't reach out. Even though she hasn't texted, called, or shown any outward signs of care, she's still paying attention. Every message you ever sent, every social media post, every little detail, she's tracking it all, quietly observing your movements, making sure she knows where you are and what you're doing. But the question lingers. Why doesn't she reach out? Why does she stay silent? The answer lies in the power dynamic. She knows that reaching out would mean admitting something she doesn't want to admit, that she no longer controls the situation. The moment she breaks her silence, she exposes her vulnerability. She reveals to you and to herself that she's still thinking about you, still curious, still invested. This discomfort makes her hold back, using silence as her shield, convincing herself that she is in control. But the truth is, silence, when used strategically, isn't emptiness. It's pressure. It forces the mind to fill in the blanks. It creates doubt. As the silence stretches on, she begins to feel uneasy. She questions her decision, wondering if she made the wrong choice. And that's the moment the tables start to turn. It's the moment she feels the power slipping from her hands, and she begins to realize what you once felt: uncertainty, loss, and regret. You may be waiting for her to regret losing you, but here's the truth. If you're still waiting, you haven't truly let go. As long as you hold on to the hope that she will miss you, she still holds power over you. True freedom doesn't lie in making her miss you. It's about reaching a place where you don't care if she does. It's about letting go completely. Only then do you reach the point where her actions no longer control your emotions. And that is the ultimate victory. The moment you stop caring whether she regrets losing you, you've moved beyond her reach. She might still be watching, but it no longer matters. Your power lies in your ability to move on and thrive without her. That's when she realizes her mistake. It's when she sees that you are untouchable, unreachable, and beyond her control. Let me know in the comments. I am untouchable. I am beyond her reach. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you agree. Your victory begins when you stop waiting for someone else's validation and start owning your own worth. Famous quote, "When you stop chasing the wrong things, you give the right things a chance to catch you." Lolly Daskell. This psychological shift is more than just a strategy. It's a transformation in how you view yourself and your relationships. Don't let the silence fool you. Let it empower you. Number 7. The final test. True attachment and ultimate freedom. The real test is not whether she regrets losing you. The real test is whether you have moved beyond the need for her regret. As long as you're still checking, still wondering, still hoping for a sign that she feels the loss, you are not truly free. True detachment is not a performance, not a manipulation tactic to make her chase. It's a state of being, a deep inner understanding that her absence is irrelevant. It's about reaching a place where her choices no longer have the power to affect your peace. Your inner world should remain calm, whether she stays, leaves, regrets, or forgets. Detachment doesn't mean pretending you don't care. It's not about silencing your emotions or playing games. It's about genuine freedom from dependency. If you're still asking, will she come back? Then you haven't let go. If you're still checking her social media, wondering if she regrets her decision, then you're still emotionally attached to her. You're still trapped in the past, clinging to the hope that she will come back. And that is not true freedom. The moment you realize that your happiness is not tied to someone else's actions, that's the moment you truly gain power. Freedom comes when you no longer need closure, validation, or the past to justify itself. When you can look at the situation and understand, I gained more than I lost. You know you've made progress. What did you lose? Someone who doubted your worth, someone who chose to leave your journey. And what did you gain? The realization that your happiness was never meant to depend on another person. You gained the knowledge that you are enough and that your self-worth isn't contingent upon anyone else. The true power lies in the moment you stop waiting for her regret. It's in that moment you become free. When you've reached this place, whether she regrets losing you becomes completely irrelevant because you've already won. And that is the final test. The moment you stand tall in your own worth, knowing that your happiness is not defined by others. When you can say with confidence, I have already won, you'll understand that you've passed the ultimate test of emotional freedom. Comment below, I have already won. I am free. Hey there, thanks for sticking with me until the end. Now you see it. What felt like rejection wasn't about you. It was about her fears, expectations, and her need for certainty. And now, instead of waiting, you know how to shift the balance in your favor. Your power was never in her hands. It was in how you carried yourself, in the confidence you built, and the patience you showed. Remember, in relationships, it's not about chasing or forcing things to happen. It's about understanding the subtle dynamics at play and responding with wisdom. If you're ready to stop second-guessing and start understanding female psychology at a deeper level, like this video, subscribe, and comment below. I own my power. Stay sharp, stay unshakable, and trust that the right energy always attracts the right outcome. Catch you in the next one.